Okay. Hi, y'all. I'm just waiting for the lag. I'm gonna let a few people come in. Welcome. I gotta come up with what kind of schedule I want to do for readings. Again, I've already said it, but thank y'all for like the warm welcome back. I appreciate y'all. Okay, y'all didn't forget about your girl. When I used to go live, I used to do TikTok as well. I will not be going live on TikTok because there's too many fake pages on there. I don't have time for that. I don't need to be dealing with I had to send in my ID and everything to get all those fake pages taken down. It was literally almost 20 pages of me. So I won't be going live on TikTok. Hey y'all, welcome. Welcome. I'm good. Thank you for asking. I appreciate y'all. Welcome back. Make sure I like the live for me. But yeah, we're going to keep it on YouTube. I'm also on Kick, and it should be the same username. So eat your heart out. If you want to follow me on TikTok, you can. I still post on TikTok. That's more so me just either telling stories or talking trash or whatever. I'm not gonna put anything spiritual in there because they just wanna it's gonna be 50 11 accounts of me, and I don't have time for that. So, again, I already told that story before. I had a fake page threaten somebody with my face and my name on it. We will not be using TikTok live. So yeah, and quite frankly, the TikTok bag is not hitting on what it was hitting on once upon a time. Okay. It might be for some creators. But I'm gonna take my time today. As y'all know, I did 2 videos already since returning back. And those I was kind of just getting my feel back, kind of a little rushed through. All right, so we're gonna take our time today, get y'all some more thorough messages. Bear with me, because like I said, I have not read live in months. So this is, I'm getting more acclimated to it, getting used to it again. I know people are going to want personal readings. I'm still figuring out how to do that. I do not have my site up. I want it to be something where it's streamlined and nobody has to worry about somebody scamming you and pretending to be me and anything like that. So I'm thinking about like a subscription to YouTube. I know through Discord you can do subscriptions too. So I'm just, I'm gonna look and see what the best thing is and try to do it that way. So sorry, y'all. I'm not doing personal readings yet. Definitely check out my last video with the message about spiritual psychosis. Please, please, please. I always want to give that disclaimer. Yes, I'm giving you a reading. You guys are in control of your own reality, of your own life. All right. Yes, there's going to be things that are outside of our control, but in the grand scheme, we are all in control of our own lives. I could give you a reading today. You can go do the exact opposite. So do not just solely rely on it. Still, live your lives, do what you need to do, etc., etc. All right, so we're gonna start. We're going in order of the zodiac for now. I know my people, my day ones, y'all know we used to throw the signs in the chat and go in that order. We'll do that once, I get everything built back up and get it reacclimated and all that good stuff. All right. So we're gonna start with my Aries people. If you just, if you're not big on zodiac, but you watch tarot, whatever, the order is Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. It's only 6 of y'all in here, so it's gonna be a Pisces that come up in here and ask me when Pisces is. Pisces is last today. So just let y'all know, my late folks. Feel free to watch for any sign you may have something in your birth chart, or the message still can very well apply to you, because it's all encompassing and you'll see like the energy will kind of flow through the signs as they are. All right, so we're gonna start. Let me put 5 minutes. And then after this video is done, I do have YouTube Studio now. So my last video, I was able to do the timestamps in the description. The timestamps will always be in the description. I know I'm gonna have to repeat again, but for those of you that are here, you know. So today I did open up another deck of the hip hop deck just for clarifiers. I do have a few of these. If anybody wants to read their own cards, let me know. You can buy a deck from me. And I'm going to use the Rider Weight deck. I have a few of these as well, and they come with like the beginner's instruction books and stuff like that. So I have a few of those decks too. I have a third deck that I never used, but I have that too. So we'll cross that bridge. We'll cross that bridge. Let me shuffle these. Actually, they're brand new, fresh out the box. All right, let's see. Aries, shout out to the Aries, shout out to the fire signs out there. All right, what is the most important general scenario for you, Aries? Okay, pride. All right, so ego, pride, maybe even showing off. This to me is the equivalent of the Six of Wands in the regular tarot. And if you know how the Six of Wands depicted is somebody on a horse, and you have like the other people kind of looking at them. So it's about like kind of showing off, or and it's not always a bad thing. Sometimes you are supposed to be too prideful to do something. So we'll figure out what it is. All right, so Aries, what role do you play? What role do the Aries play in this scenario? This is general, y'all. If it don't apply, let it fly. It's all good. Okay, so your versatility. So this is the Empress card. You could be comfortable in something that has been created. I'm also getting like if there's any women watching this, you are the mother of the situation. You could be somebody's wife, or you are the main woman that is in this scenario. And when I say main woman, I don't mean like main chick or nothing crazy like that. It could be, but that's not what I mean. But like you're the woman, the caretaker. There's a level of comfort here. I feel like you're comfortable where you are, Aries. Something that you have manifested or worked on, you're in the midst of that and it's actually working, it's actually leveled out. All right. So let's see what the pride is about. What is the pride or ego pertaining to here? Okay, luck. Okay, so basically what I'm getting is somebody's like, I don't have to do that because of my circumstances. These are my God-given circumstances, or this is the scenario that I'm used to. I'm used to living like this, or I'm used to eating like this, or having this. This is what I was born into. So I feel like somebody may feel like they are above something. So we'll just continue. What is the most important energy for you to be in, Aries? Self-esteem. Okay, so don't let your self-esteem get too triggered. All right, you might end up getting offended by something. What might trigger you or make you feel offended? Connectivity, the Eight of Swords. There's a trap mindset. It's something that you can't you continuously think about. I feel like too there's oh, you know what, too, if you're dealing with another individual and their energy is pride and luck, you might be offended because this is how somebody views something. They will never change the way that they view it because this is what they've dealt with or this is what they are accustomed to. So this is how they view a scenario. You may get offended by that. All right, but we're going to see what else this is. What is the trap? Let's see. Thank you, Amelia, for letting them know. If I miss y'all messages, I'm not ignoring y'all. I be locked into the cards. But yes, we're going by zodiac sign, and currently we are on Aries. Okay, so what is the trapped mindset here? Innovation and style about how to create something. Okay. Um, okay, let's get 8 cards. We're gonna keep clarifying if it don't make sense. Let's see. Let me get 8 cards for my Aries. Okay, so out the gate, you have the devil card, could be dealing with a Capricorn. There's a Six of Cups. There you are in the Emperor. So it looks to me like there is a Capricorn who is giving you information or doing something out of sympathy for you. All right, they have compassion for you. They're being compassionate. All right, and that's going to be observed by another individual, or you are observing that. You're like, wait, why were they doing that for me out of compassion? What are they doing? Or like somebody's paying attention to the fact that someone has compassion for you. What's that? Oh, sorry, y'all. Hold on. Somebody calling, but they calling for my daughter. That's her friends. Okay, so there you okay, yeah, you're the Empress. You're observing hold on. They still call. Okay. So you're the Empress. You're observing that somebody is giving something to you out of sympathy. You may feel emasculated, or you may feel like, wait, why are you doing that for me? Or why are you giving that to me? You're observing the way somebody is giving something to you, Aries, and then you want to reject another individual because of that. There's an Aquarius here, the star card. So it's like you're going to block out, you're kind of blocking something from moving forward because you don't like how you feel. I feel like somebody feels like it makes them less than. What do you observe with the Page of Swords? Yeah, mood. Okay. What are you blocking out or saying no to? Yeah, vision. Oh, you don't want somebody else to see you in this position. You're like, no, I don't want you to see me receiving that. Okay, what? Okay, I'm not gonna put your business out there too much, but also in the comments, let me know because I try to clarify, and I know it's some stuff that's gonna come out that people may not want people to know. Let me know, but you're trying to block somebody from seeing that somebody is being generous to you or giving you something. Yeah, focus and then change. What is the devil card? Skill and respect. Okay. One more for the Six of Cups. Okay, confidence. It's like you don't y- that's basically what I'm getting. You're just like, no, I don't want them to see that Capricorn giving me something because it makes me look too feminine. That's what I'm getting. Or whatever the scenario is, the scenario itself, you feel like it makes you feel too feminine, but you're comfortable. What else are you doing in the Empress and versatility? I don't think it's a bad thing. Yeah, strength, intuition, yeah, inspiration. I feel like you don't want an Aquarius to see something. All right, what should you do here, Aries? Or you don't want, if you don't know an Aquarius, Aquarius rules groups of people. So this is the thing. The devil card is Capricorn. Aquarius is the star card. They're both ruled by Saturn. So there's like the rules and regulations benefit you, but you don't want people to see that or to know that. That's what I'm getting. Whatever the situation is, the rules, regulations, the restrictions, you are receiving a benefit from that. But it makes you either feel like emasculated, too feminine, it makes you feel too comfortable. And you're like, no, I don't want other people to see that. Now it could be a situation where you're getting something, maybe somebody's bending the rules for you and you're like, no, I don't want other people to know about the loophole because that's going to mess it up for me. Okay. All right. All right. Why don't you want anybody to see this, or you don't want this person to see it? Yeah, defense and then fluidity. You feel like it's going to mess up the flow. You feel like if they find out or if other people find out, I won't be able to receive this. Okay. All right, Aries. What's the outcome for the Aries? And then we're going to go ahead and do Taurus. I'm not really rushing, but that was a quick reading. But what's the outcome for Aries? Superstition. All right. So I feel like you're worried for no reason. Yeah, you're literally, you are worried. There's versatility. Somebody may not trust you because of this, or somebody may question this. What are we worried about here? What else are we worried about? Okay, it's like you don't want somebody else to see it and then tell another person. You don't want somebody else to see what you're doing or receiving and then, I don't know, spread the word. Or I feel like you more so care about how you're perceived. You have that's why pride and luck is here. Cause you're like, this is what you're receiving something, but you don't want it. I feel like you need to look at something as like you should be gracious or have gratitude. All right. Okay. All right, so that was for Aries. We're going to go ahead and do Taurus next. All right, I'm going to try to take my time. I'm trying to clarify as much as possible for y'all. All right, Taurus is up next. Ooh, I should have put my hair up in a. I was going to put it in a ponytail. Let me put these pins on here so it stay out my face. I'm not used to this hair no more. I got my pixie cut, so I had to put braids in it for the pool and the beach and things. Okay. That Texas heat, y'all. That Texas heat is different. Okay, so we're on 16 minutes. Speaking of Tauruses, Dame Dash is a Taurus. He's got to get it together. I don't know what. I don't know what he's going through. Hopefully, the rest of the Tauruses are not having this issue. Oh, I did not even mean to mix this deck, but too late now. It's mixed. All right, Tauruses. What is this scenario for my Tauruses? Most important scenario for the Tauruses. Okay, rebellion. All right. So typically rebellion is like there's a rule you're finding like a loophole to it. All right. Not completely breaking the rules, but just going against the grain a little bit. What role do you play here, Tauruses? Okay, truth. All right. So you see the truth about a situation. What do you see the truth about? A Cancer possibly with style. All right, that's my Cancer card. You see the truth about a Cancer. All right, or the truth, it could be the truth about moving on, moving forward. What is the truth about this energy that you see? Okay, spirituality. All right, so this could be about something moving forward because somebody has faith. All right, you could see, you could maybe you know what somebody's spiritual belief systems are, you know what they believe in, what religion they follow. You're going to see the truth about it. All right. And what energy should you be in, Tauruses? Let's see. Hi, welcome. Welcome back. Okay, you should be confident. All right, this is the energy you're supposed to be in, Tauruses. All right, let's see. There's a chariot right there. There's a Cancer. Let's get 8 cards for y'all. Got the Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, the Death card, 5 of Cups. All right, so right away with these 4 cards, there's a loss. There could be I feel like there's a loss of an opportunity, whether that's money with a person, whatever that opportunity is, there's a loss here. There's a regret. All right, let's continue. There's the Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, and then the World card. Now, first of all, when I get this, what I'm seeing is there's an opportunity for something, but it changes. Somebody got another opportunity, but then they're going to find out that that opportunity is gone. This is for Taurus, correct? Okay. You have the Death card. That's your opposite energy. That's Scorpio. It's like somebody was able to rewind something. Out of sympathy, somebody is going to give a person another chance, but it looks like that's going to come to an end with the World card. We're going to continue to clarify this. Let's see, what opportunity is this with the Ace of Pentacles? I feel like too, this opportunity was right in somebody's hand. It's right there. Let's see, an opportunity to do what? You got fluidity. So I'm getting like cash flow, physical money. Looks like somebody lost money. What's the Death card? What was the result of this change, or what do we regret? What's the loss? Dominance. Okay. What was being dominated? Somebody may regret yeah, innovation. Somebody had an opportunity to make something work, but the way that they controlled it, I'm assuming it didn't come out that way. So what do I mean by that? It's like I don't know if somebody else is controlling the opportunity. Somebody, what is the dominant energy? Leadership. Okay. Somebody like controlling an opportunity for another individual. They won't allow something to flourish, or they won't allow, it's like, okay, I'm going to give you this, but you have to do this with it. I'm going to give you this resource, but you can only do this, this, and this. You're not allowed to go spend it on something else. Or, okay, I'm going to let you move in with me, but you have to do blah, 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 blah in order to be here. So that's what's going on. It's controlling how something is created. All right, what's the Wheel of Fortune? Other than luck, we'll see if luck comes out. But what's the Wheel of Fortune here? Okay, intuition. So I feel like intuition is a God given gift, or that could be why that's not being allowed anymore. Like somebody's like, nah, if I take that opportunity, they're going to control me too much. It's not worth it. What's the World card? What ends with the World card? And then we'll see what the new cycle is. All right, what's the new cycle? Yeah, finesse. It's I will also say like something is too late. Now the plan will not work. The plan doesn't work because whoever's in charge is trying to control something too much. So somebody's going to need a backup plan. If this is anything that you're trying to do, you ran out of time. You're going to have a backup plan. You did it too late, or you missed the deadline, or what is intuition telling you here? Or if there's another individual involved, what is intuition telling someone to do? Yeah, luck. I that's very specific. That's the luck card. So I just feel like it has to do with time, energy. That opportunity only comes around once in a while. I feel like the opportunity is up, or time is up. And then you have love next. I feel like also somebody, literally I'm getting somebody is lucky you have empathy, or somebody was lucky that I helped them. This is odd. Okay, what are we supposed to be creating? What was supposed to be created here? Inspiration. Now, that's my Aquarius card. There could have been a scenario where something was supposed to be released to a group of people, something was supposed to include everybody, or something was supposed to be done for an Aquarius. That was the end result. Okay. What actually ends up happening? Order. Who was supposed to be put first? All right, power. Yeah, dominance. It's like the wrong person is in charge. Um, I mean, typically this is, I don't know what you guys do, but it's like if you're doing something for work, it would be like your boss messed up an opportunity for you. Like somebody is intercepting an opportunity. That's basically what I'm getting. But it's time for a new plan with the set with the finesse card. Be intentional. What else do you need to prepare for with finesse? Hey y'all, guidance. All right, now, when you have leadership, dominance, and innovation, you need to plan for the fact that other people are going to listen to this leader. Whoever the leader is, other people are listening to this person. You need to plan for that. What are people being guided to do? Skill, passion, and humor. All right, something's going to cause an issue in the group. And people might even laugh at something or not take it seriously. Okay. What is the outcome for you, Taurus? And then we're going to do Gemini next. What's the outcome for my Tauruses? Inspiration again, Aquarius. All right, so you're what? All right, so the With somebody's oh, the public. It's like a group of people. Let me get one more. Yeah, humor. I feel like the outcome is like a group of people are laughing or enjoying something. And Aquarius is going to be happy or laughing, or the entire group is going to be happy, laughing, enjoying something. What are they laughing at or enjoying? Looks like a bunch of people are getting their money up or getting their resources up. So I don't know. It's like a lot of people in your reading. So it's almost like a whole entire group. They go and work together, make money together, kind of partner up or team up. All right. So that's what you're going to have to plan for. The center of this was rebellion. Let me get to the root of that. What was the rule here? And what's being done instead, or what's going on instead here? Yeah, ambition. It's almost like you thought, or I don't know if this is you, but people were not supposed to listen to whoever was in charge. They were supposed to break all these rules, but people are really ambitious or very focused on their finances or very focused on their money, very determined to make sure something happens and works for them. Okay. Your advice was to be confident though. So I feel like you need to use your own money, your own resources, save your money up, is what I'm getting. Interesting reading. Okay. All right. We're going to do Gemini next. What did that say? All right. y'all know I y'all know I can't have C. Gemini's next. What's today's date? Are we still in Gemini season? What's today? The 22nd? We might be in Leo season now. I don't know, child. I'm supposed to know. I'm supposed to know. It's okay. That's all good. Happy birthday to Geminis slash Cancers. wherever wherever we are. Welcome, Geminis. Welcome. If y'all are just now joining, we are going in order of the zodiac. So sorry to my late folks. That's how you know I am unbiased. Ew. I don't like when clothes stick out of my drawer. Oh, y'all can't see it on YouTube. I can see it on Kick. All right, anyway, what's the energy? What is the situation surrounding my Geminis? Most important situation surrounding the Geminis. Okay, voice. So an important conversation. What role do you play here, Geminis? Ooh, okay, luck. All right. So you happen to be the opportunity. You are basically, if I get the Wheel of Fortune and you play that role, something is going to go in your favor, or like somebody has no choice but to deal with you. And I don't, not in a, that doesn't have to be a bad way, but it's like I go to the gas station and I run into a Gemini today. That's luck. I didn't plan to run into Gemini. So it's like wherever you are, you're out of like control. You're out of somebody else's control. You just happen to be there. It's nothing we can do about you being there. You just happen to be there. All right. All right. So let's see with voice. Let's see what voice is. What's being discussed or talked about with voice? All right, guidance. Looks like it's a group of people. Okay, who is everybody being guided by? This group. Okay, power. So everybody's talking about, yeah, everybody's listening to this person. Okay, that's what's being discussed. Yeah, so and so's talking. We're listening to them. That so it looks like gossip. All right. I mean, okay, so what's the big deal? What is this person talking about with power? All right, fluidity, courage, all right, confidence, all right. So the courage to do something independently with the Nine of Pentacles, the courage to do something by yourself, being okay with it. So that's what's going on. Why is this being discussed? Why is that a big deal? Ah, okay, power again. So people are basically talking about the person who's talking. It's a big deal because this person is talking, or I'm surprised they're talking. I'm surprised they're saying this. Okay. What is the most important energy for you to be in, Gemini? Okay, personality. Be yourself. What part of your personality? Yeah, luck and personality. This looks like something you're born with. This is the way you look, the way you dress, the way you act. You're born like that. Okay, dominance. All right, what do you have dominance over? Defense and finesse. All right, so you are able to block out a plan. You're able to control whether or not this goes as planned. You're like, nah, I don't. So what is the plan? We're gonna figure out what that has to do with the talking part. What's the intended plan here? Mood. Okay. Somebody may be trying to make you feel ashamed of something or make you have regrets. And you're like, nah, I don't. That's what this is. Somebody wants you to feel regretful. What do you suppose to regret? Passion, something that you actually desire. It could be literally sex. But I feel like it's something that you actually desire. You're supposed to feel guilty about that. You're like, nah, this is a part of me. This is how I'm born. This is what I look like, act like. This is what I like. I don't feel guilty about that. That's your reading. That's it. I'm gonna get more cards, but you're like, nah. So why does somebody want you to feel ashamed? What does that do for them? All right, you got strength, vision, and respect. So I feel like this is like respectability politics, or like I followed this rule. You should follow it too. You should feel ashamed for wanting that. This could be anything. But yeah, you get to be who you want to be. This is how you're born. I don't even feel like you're doing anything on purpose. If you're coming out as luck and personality, this is almost like, damn, I don't have a good example. It's just somebody trying to make you feel ashamed for what you enjoy. It's like, oh, you like rap music? Oh, you like country music? Oh, you like eating sushi? Like that's what this is. Okay. All right, let's get 8 tarot cards. So don't let anybody make you feel ashamed, Geminis. I think you must need to hear that. All right, don't let anybody make you feel ashamed. Let's get 8 cards. So you got the 7 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, 3 of Cups, High Priestess, 9 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, and then the 8 of Swords. So the most important card coming out is the High Priestess. That's your intuition, or intuition in general. All right. So basically, it's like somebody's looking at all the time, money, effort that they spent on something. They're like, okay, I don't really want this. Somebody realized they didn't get anything out of a scenario. What was lacking right here? So if this is within yourself, you're like, okay, well, I already tried it the other way, or I went against what I liked and it didn't even work out for me. It didn't really even help me. It didn't benefit me at all. All right. What was lacking here? Okay, perspective. So it's all perspective. It could be the people that you're around. They don't understand something that you understand. They don't see it how you see it. They just don't understand you. What is your intuition telling you? Or what is intuition telling you to do? Defiance. Yeah, you're whatever this rule is, it doesn't apply to you, or you are actually supposed to break it. All right. So what is the rule? Yeah, change. Somebody wants you to change something that you've always done, you've always desired, you always were attracted to this, you always enjoy this. Somebody wants you to change it. You're like, I'm not changing that. Okay, what is this supposed to be changed into? You're like, I yeah, luck. Your luck. Somebody doesn't want you to be in that position. No, change the way that that's going. Change the way that fortune is going. Change this, change that. You're like, no, this is it's who I am. I was born like this. I look like this. It could be like somebody wanting you to shit. You supposed to get a nose job. You supposed to get a BBL. You supposed to do this, that, and the third. You're like, no, I'm good with it. I like this, or I like the way I look, or yeah, somebody, Bane. That's to sum it up. Somebody's trying to make you feel ashamed. All right, what else are you going to do instead? Hopefully, I'm explaining it right, y'all. Y'all know I haven't read live in a minute. Yeah, mood again. You're like, nah, okay, what do you actually regret? Because I feel like you tried this before, Gemini. You tried to change something about yourself before. What do you actually regret doing? Somebody wants you to feel ashamed. What do you wish you would have done? Resisted. Okay. Resist what? Innovation. It's like somebody's trying to manipulate. There's no need to manipulate somebody. You're like, damn, I shouldn't have manipulated that situation. Or somebody's like, okay. What's the outcome for you, Geminis? Yeah, respect, determination, and intuition. Yeah, your intuition is going to tell you not to worry about that or not to focus on that. You're going to follow your own rules and regulations. Okay. Hmm. Oh, you know exactly what it is? Okay, cool. All right, let's see. I mean, I know Geminis. I don't know too many Geminis that would change. I can list off a few Geminis. They gonna do what the fuck they wanna do. It, not to put all y'all in the same category. I don't put all signs in the, everybody in the same sign, the same category. But who's some Geminis like shit? Tupac, Kendrick Lamar, Left Eye, Donald Trump. You can't tell his ass a damn thing. You don't give a damn. All right, let's see. Let's do not just y'all not Donald Trump. Y'all not that bad. Every Gemini is not Trump. All right, Cancer is next. I'm just giving examples. Cancer is next. Let's see. Oh, there's Cancer right there. Let's see. Cancers. All right, what is this scenario surrounding my cancers? If you're just now joining, we're going in order of the zodiac. Welcome everybody. Make sure y'all like the live for me. Help me get the engagement back up. What's the energy or the scenario surrounding my cancers? Okay, spirituality. All right, so that came out in the Taurus reading. The truth about you, Cancer, was spirituality. That is what somebody saw. So the center of your reading is it could be a religious belief system. No, I did not do Sag yet. Sag is one of the late ones. So we did Aries, Taurus, Gemini. But spirituality is the center of your reading, could be religion, things like that. All right, what role do you play here, Cancers? Okay, power. All right, now you might be the person in the Gemini reading. So you're like everybody, okay, so somebody's like, yeah, everybody's listening to that Cancer. People may be surprised at what you're saying then. Because in that reading, it's kind of like you were in the background, but I don't think you weren't the person telling Gemini what to do, but all right. So you're in a position of power, or you're using your voice to speak up. What are you speaking on, Cancers? Or what are you doing with your power? I appreciate it. Y'all feel free to watch for other signs. Okay, perspective and fight. All right, now this could be literally, you're like, why is there a competition? Why are y'all fighting? Or you're talking about this? One more, and then skill. Let's see. Okay, so what role does spirituality play in this reading for you? Fluidity and passion. Let me get one more. And love. Okay. So that mean okay, so spirituality allows you to get what you desire, but with compassion for other people. So you're still doing something that you actually want to do or want to have, but you're doing it in a way that doesn't, like, to me, with the love card, because I know a lot of people watch for love, but the way that I look at it is it's more so being sympathetic or having empathy for other people. All right, so it doesn't automatically mean like romance, stuff like that. Also sometimes when I get the love card, I look at that as like a mother child or parent child relationship, or family members, things like that. What is the most important energy for you to be in, Cancer? Okay, transition. So right now you're starting out as power. What are you transitioning to, Cancers? Connectivity. All right, so we got perspective, so you might have to open up your mindset. You got connectivity, inspiration, defense, and finesse. All right, so looks like an Aquarius might say no to a plan. No, that plan is not going to work. All right, we're going to get some cards here. A plan may not work. You may be dealing with an Aquarius with the inspiration card, but we're going to check it out. Let's get 8 cards. Hold on, y'all. Oh, hey, I'm on Cancer. Give me 1 second. Hold on 1 second. All right, she's still outside. Okay. Oh, her little friends is blowing up my phone. All right, let's see. Let's get she outside though. Oh, welcome. Just in time. I like my cancers. If you want to see the beginning, you can go to 38 minutes for the hip hop cards. All right, so 8 cards for the cancers. Let's clarify this. Okay, the truth is somebody was waiting for an Aries. Okay. Somebody's waiting for an Aries to do something, and then here's the rules and regulations, but there's an individual that doesn't know how to do something. They don't have all the information. This is going in order. We got Aries, Taurus, Gemini. Literally, I'm getting somebody doesn't know the order of something. So somebody may need to get to know themselves better before they go do something, or they need to get to know a process before they jump into it. But it is going in order, except you have the full card kind of breaking that order up. All right, so something's going to take slower. It's going in the right direction. It's going in the path that's supposed to go in, but there's missing information. Let's see what the full card is. What do we not know in a scenario here, Cancers? Okay, angel, it could be something dealing with a Sagittarius or a Capricorn. Okay. What are we supposed to know about this energy? Oops. Okay, inspiration again. There's Aquarius. I don't know why I'm getting, because it's almost like be careful what you say around somebody. Somebody doesn't know, like, okay, they're related or they know each other. They know all those people. If you're dealing with a Sag, it's like somebody does not know what makes somebody feel emotional, inspiration, and emotions. You need to get to know somebody. I don't think this is you though. I think this is somebody else. What role do you play in these 8 cards? Innovation. All right. What are you able okay. So you know what to do, Cancer. What are you able to create here? I get it. I get it. I get it. Let me slow down. Let me rewind. You're making something work. Somebody else is telling you that it can't work. Defense and finesse. Stop letting somebody block out your plan. If you're innovation, that means whatever you are making, creating, doing, you know what to do. You have all the tools to do it. Maybe you don't know that. Maybe that's what you don't know. You're like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know how I'm going to make this work. You have all the tools to make something work. You just don't know that. What are you able to create? Defiance. Yeah, I saw the Hierophant energy. You don't have to there's like no need to follow a rule here. What is the rule with the Hierophant? Thank you, Amelia. So the rule here is pride. Somebody's supposed to be egotistical. Okay. What are you able to do instead? It's like not okay. Yeah, resist. Okay. Resist what? These cards are kind of all over the place. Okay, mystery, mystery and guidance. Let me get one more. And then strength. Okay, yeah, you're like, no, I need to get more information. Okay, so basically, the root of your reading is getting more information before you move forward to the next step, which is fine. Um, I don't know why the rule would be that you're supposed to be egotistical or somebody's supposed to feel as though they are above somebody. Why? I don't know because I guess you're in power and you're in innovation, and because of that, you're supposed to feel like you're above people. Okay, this is a good I understand where this is going, like, because the root of it is spirituality, right? So, it would be like me, or I read cards, so I'm supposed to think I'm better than everybody else, or, I'm rich, I'm in a position of power, so I'm better than everybody else. It's something like that. It's a scenario where it's like, "No, we're not gonna be egotistical or rude or prideful, and you're not supposed to be doing that, it's not necessary." Alright, what is the outcome for you, Cancers? Let's see, what's the outcome for you? Okay, resilience. You're going to be able to handle this. What else are you going to be able to handle? Spirituality may be the root of why you can handle the power that you have. I feel like too that could be the discussion. Like when you get a position of power, can you handle that? So spirituality or religion may ground somebody, it may help them. What may be difficult to handle here? Superstition and potential being there's like worry. So I feel like whatever position you're in, Cancer, you may be the only person that can handle that. Like everybody can't be, and it could be something very simple. It doesn't have to be something that grandiose, but it's like everybody can't handle the positions that everybody else is in. You're able to handle that. You're able to do that. Okay. That's an interesting reading. Let's clarify that real quick with the outcome. It's like, I guess, somebody being able to handle fame or something like that. Everybody can't handle fame. Like, I wouldn't be able to be Michael Jackson or Beyonce famous. I'd be cussing everybody out. All right, what's the what's the outcome here? Let's see. It's like people want stuff or people want a power, but they can't handle it or something like that. Yeah, there's a star again. Yeah, you're going to observe. You're going to notice that something is blocking your plan and it's not supposed to. It's either other people's opinion or a person in particular. All right, but you are able to create it. Okay. All right, we're going to leave it there for the Cancers. Welcome, y'all. Welcome back. Okay. I told myself I was going to do longer readings, but I feel like I'm rushing. All right, let's see. We're going to do Leo next. Leo is next. Do we have any Leos? Any Leos in the house? Shout out to the Leos, the fellow fire signs. I'm Bob Cat. Sorry, y'all. I'm multitasking a little bit. I'm watching this day trading thing to see if something that I planned for works out. All right, let's see. Leos, Leos, Leos. What's the scenario for my Leos? Most important general scenario for the Leos. Okay, hustle. All right, so either spending money or receiving money. All right, that's typically the Ten of Pentacles. It could be groups of people with money. It could be about a business. A lot of people spending money in one place. All right, let's see. What role do you play here, Leos? Okay, vision. So you're watching something or you're observing it. Okay, what do you see or what are you watching? Okay, potential. Literally, that's very literal. You see potential in something. All right, you see potential, but if it's not that, literal, you're reading something, you could be receiving a message, an email. This looks like something important, but you see potential in something. Okay. What does something have the potential to grow into or become? All right, versatility. Now that came out as the Aries card. If anybody is dealing with an Aries, you're like, okay, I can see that this person's, I don't know, acting like an Aries, or they are an Aries, or you're like, no, this person has the potential to be a good mom, a good wife, or something like that. Or I can create something from this. Something can be created from this scenario. Oh yeah, versatility twice in a row. Okay, okay. What is the most important energy for you to be in here, Leos? Defiance again. There's a lot of rule breaking. Okay. I'm going to figure out what that has to do with hustle. So you may be like, okay, I'm willing to pay for this. I'm willing to invest in this. Okay. So you're supposed to break rules and regulations here. So what is the norm, or what did somebody tell you you're supposed to be doing? Leo women, I just gotta put this out here: potential and versatility. If you are that's like, that could be a pregnancy sort of thing. Okay. All right, but what is the rule or regulation here for my Leos? Okay, to focus or to be determined. Okay, what is somebody telling you to focus on? Sexuality. Okay. All right, so this is the thing. If you see potential in a narrative, or potential in something, somebody's like, "No, you can only work with women, or you can only work with men." Or it could even be literally like somebody's sexuality, what they're attracted to. That's what you're supposed to focus on. Oh, what? Yeah. You're supposed to be focused on a Gemini, or you're supposed to be like, I can't, like, say you're a woman, somebody's like, no, you need to make sure you're only working with women, or make sure you don't, make sure you're only listening to men. If it's a man, it's like, no, make sure you only take advice from men. You can't work with other women, or Something like that? Okay. What are you supposed to do that's different, Leos? What are you supposed to do that's a little different? Okay, you got order. So you may put something, you may have to organize something for yourself. You're like, first, I got to get this together. All right. What are you going to put first for yourself? You see the potential. Oh, I'm also getting too, if you see potential in a scenario, people could be like, okay, well, you need a business partner or you need somebody to help you with that. What are you supposed to be getting in order or what do you need to put first? Defense. Okay, blocking out what? Finesse again. So first of all, you need to go through like trial and error. You have an idea or you see that something has a potential to grow. You need to make sure you're blocking out all of the bad plans. Block out all of these bad plans. You need to like I feel like too what somebody wants you to focus on, that does not automatically mean that it will help your plan grow. Like those two, the things are not connected. Um so like say you see potential in an opportunity or you're like, okay, I could get that job. Somebody's like, well, you need to know somebody that works there first. In this scenario, that may not be necessarily the case. Like whatever you're told to focus on, that's not necessarily the case. All right, let me get 8 cards real quick. So I'm taking my time with that one, I guess, because that was all hip hop cards. If you're just now joining, Leo started at 50 minutes. You're like, first, I need to get rid of all the plans that don't work. All right, let's see. 8 cards here, Leos. Okay, the Fool again. So we're starting out. That's first come, or that's the first thing. There's the Ten of Pentacles right there. So there's hustle on the bottom. So I feel like with hustle being at the bottom, that is the root of this. All right, so somebody's looking back at all the times that they took leaps of faith, but they did not know what to do or they didn't have information to do it. All right, we got another opportunity. Yeah, there's your lover's card. So there's the sexuality card. Just to show I get that together sometimes. It could be a Gemini. And then you got the Wheel of Fortune. You're like, no, I would rather focus on this first, on this opportunity first. You're like, let me make sure it grows first. What information is missing with the Fool card? What don't you know yet? Okay, love. So if this has anything to do with like somebody's like, hey, you need to get a partner to work with you. You're like, well, do they even care about the work that I'm doing? Do they care about this business idea or this plan? Do they care about that? Do they have empathy for me? You're like, I don't even know if they have empathy. I don't even know if they care. That's the information you need to find out first. This could even be like, you're like, I don't even care about that opportunity. I need to make sure I actually want to do that opportunity. I need to make sure I actually like it, care for it, and want to nurture it. All right, let's see what else. What's the Five of Pentacles, real quick? Just to name all the cards, you got the Fool, the Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, the Lovers, Five of Pentacles, King of Cups, Two of Pentacles, and then the Wheel of Fortune. What's the Five of Pentacles, real quick? Okay, voice and leadership. There is no leader. Who's supposed to be leading? Transition and peace. Exact who, that's the question. Who is the leader? So I don't, it's like almost like, why is that a rule? Why do I have to do that? Who came up with that? Who said I had to focus on that first? There's no leader. I don't know why I'm getting that. What's the Wheel of Fortune real quick, Leos? Okay, knowledge. Okay, so you end up learning it. Where does the knowledge come from? Passion. All right, so action. You have to take action. So, like I said before, trial and error, or you need to take action towards something or actually put the energy or the effort into learning it. All right, what are you going to be able to be knowledgeable about in the end? So the answer does not necessarily come from a Gemini, or the answer is not going to necessarily come just automatically because, oh, so and so is a woman or so and so is a man. That's not automatically where it comes from. So like I said with voice and leader, it's like who's telling people to do that? Why do I need to focus on that? Cuz I feel like the people who are listening to this and focused on this, they end up like this. Does that make sense? So the 10 of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles is way different. That's what's on the bottom, and the center of your reading is luck. I mean, I'm sorry, the center of your reading is hustle, which is the 10 of Pentacles. So it's like the people that are listening to this person, they end up like this. Something like that. All right. So I wouldn't listen to that individual. All right, what are we knowledgeable about in the end with the Wheel of Fortune? Yeah, passion. So it's the same. Okay. What are they telling you here? What is the result of listening to this or following this rule for people? Because it doesn't look like it works out. What's the result of this? Yet guidance. They're just listening and then pride and perspective. So basically, once people listen to this rule or this regulation or this advice, they feel like they're above other perspectives. But if you're going to end up like this, that doesn't look like that's very helpful. So be open to learning and listening because it's looking like, I mean, everybody doesn't have the answers. It could be one of those things like not one person has all the answers to something. What's the outcome for you, Leos? Hopefully, I explained that clearly. What's the outcome for the Leos? Virgo is next, y'all. Yeah, knowledge. You're gonna learn it. You're gonna learn it regardless. I wouldn't take like basically get other opinions. Don't just take the first answer that you get. Don't just take the first thing that somebody says to you. Okay, interesting. It could literally be like the leader, if they're the person in charge, they literally don't know how to be loving or empathetic. So, I don't know, whatever that has to deal with. All right, but you will know, you will find out. If you're wondering if somebody cares about you, you will know. I feel like that it's not that case or something. There is no empathy. All right, Leos. Virgo is next. What is this? Oh, is that candle wax? I think it is. Okay. I don't know why. All right, do we have any Virgos here? Where my lip gloss? Oh Lord. Oh Lordy. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Ah, all this talking. And we have no dry lips. Okay. Virgos. Virgos. What's the center of the reading for the Virgos? Center of the reading for my Virgos. Angel, so a Sagittarius. Ooh, I got a message on Kick. Hi, y'all. Hi on Kick. I be forgetting I'm on there. All right. All right. So the center of your reading is a Sagittarius or a Capricorn angel. Not if you're new here, Sagittariuses and Capricorns are not automatically angels. That is not what that means. It is just that the temperance is Sagittarius and it is depicted as an angel. Okay. Sagittariuses are not automatically angels. I'm saying that because I am a Sagittarius. Okay. So I'm being unbiased. Welcome. Hi. I was going to quit, but I was like, let me do it for the plot and come on back. All right. All right. So consider your reader Virgos is a Sag. What role do you play here, Virgos? What role do you play? Okay, skill. So you could be dealing with a Libra as well. You may have Libra placements. This could be cause and effect. All right, cause and effect. Libra is justice. Cause and effect, karma. All right, what is the cause, real quick? Okay, hustle. What is the effect? So it looks like some money being spent. What's the effect? All right, spirituality. Okay. So we get from we're going, it's abundance, and then we have faith in something or we believe in something. So the reason somebody may believe in something because of money or money came from it, the effect of the money is spirituality. That's interesting. So this could also be like how um like basically you need to have a balance, right? You need to have the material world and you need to have like a spiritual grounding because you could be filthy rich and be sad, depressed, whatever. It don't matter how much money you got, you could be, have no faith, no spiritual grounding, nothing. But in this scenario, I don't know how you caused it. I don't know if you gave somebody money or something like that, but we're going to continue. All right, what does angel have to do with this reading? What other role does this energy play for you? Okay, defense, what does it block or what does this person block or block out? Courage. Okay. Courage to do what? They're like, "No, I don't have the courage to." Oh, personality. So, I don't know if this is this person. It could be a Sag. You're like, "No, I don't feel comfortable showing you this side of myself." Somebody's like, "No, I don't feel comfortable doing that. I don't have the courage to show that." What part of personality? What part of their personality? Okay, fluidity. That could be emotions, could be cash flow, but we'll see what else. What is the most important energy for you to be in, Virgos? Hey, welcome. Okay, order. All right, what should you put first, Virgos, for yourself? Okay, power. Cancer came out as power. Yeah, power and guidance. So a lot of people listen to this Cancer, or a lot of people listen to this person. They have the power of the tongue, or like, okay, what is this person talking about or discussing? That's what you should listen to this person. Somebody's very powerful in their speaking. All right, what is this person saying or discussing? Yeah, it's so again a trap mindset about like respectability because you have the connectivity, sexuality, and respect. They're like, it's like, why do we have to follow this? So it could be gender roles. Let me get one more. Oh, mystery. So somebody's basically like, okay, everybody's following these rules and making these decisions before they even know themselves. Mystery. Okay, let me get some cards. That's what somebody, so what you need to do first is listen to this person because they're right, I'm assuming. They're like, everybody has this mindset. Everybody's trapped in this mindset. Okay, we all have to make this decision. We all have to do this. These are the rules. These are the gender roles. But nobody, there's still something hidden. It's still confusion. You don't even know what you're getting into. All right. I don't know why that's like it could be like a motivational speaker type of thing, or like maybe you're at work. This could be like a boss. All right, let's see what else we got. Let me get 8 cards. Let's see. Okay, you got the Four of Swords, the Queen of Wands. Okay, so that could be your Sagittarius with the Queen of Wands. All right, you got the Queen of Pentacles. That could be you there too. Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, the Six of Wands, and then the Knight of Pentacles. There's no major arcana. All right. This to me looks like something strokes an ego, but it's not noticed. Something's unintentional. It strokes an ego or it makes somebody feel prideful, but it's unintentional. It's not noticeable. So maybe somebody doesn't notice their power. All right, let's clarify. What is the Queen of Wands doing in your 8 cards? Since they're the center of it. Okay, they're healing. What was the issue? Innovation. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Something is being created because you have all the elements, but now it's not being done intentionally. What is it being healed into? Or something like that. Let's see. Okay, voice. So instead of being manipulated, somebody's going to speak up, or instead of them, I feel like somebody's being manipulated into not talking. So they're like, no, I'm going to speak up about this. Okay. I mean, I don't what was being created with innovation or manipulate? What was the result of innovation? Yeah, fluidity and pride. So that's the thing. Oh, okay, okay, okay. This person blocks out okay, let's go back. Stay with me. So Angel, the Sag is blocking out courage, personality, and fluidity. This is what they're doing. This is the center of your reading. So they're like, no, I don't even want to show that part of my personality. I'm not even going to show that. Why? Because it turns into somebody else being prideful or arrogant. That's what it turns into. Um, now I pulled love and then we got sexuality. So if this is a dating thing, they're like, nope, I can't even do that because as soon as I act like this or say this, somebody's gonna be arrogant, somebody gonna show off or something like that. What would somebody do out of pride or ego? What does someone do out of pride or ego? Yeah, mood. What? Okay. I mean, it's not a big deal. You don't have a major arcana coming out. I don't know why that makes somebody feel arrogant. Okay, but let's see. What is the outcome for you, Virgos? Superstition. Okay, so first of all, I feel like, okay, you're nervous or you're worried. Okay, what might you be worried about? Respect. You're worried about like being respected or worried about a rule. If these are people you don't trust a Taurus, you're worried it's respectability politics, or you're worried about how somebody will view you. You're worried about somebody's perspective of you. Why? Their perspective on what? Yeah, pride. Maybe you don't want to get a lot of attention for something. You don't want a lot of people to see you. Somebody also could have said something out of pride or ego to hurt someone's feelings. I'm just not sure what that had to do with a Sagittarius, because that's the center, but I don't, that's why they're blocking it out. Okay. Let me clarify that real quick. Libra is next. What's the outcome with superstition? Yeah, there's a 7 of wands. So now, oh, I see it. Now you're worried. This person, they blocked it out. They said, "No, I'm not going to do that." Now, yeah, there's the temperance. You're worried of I don't think you're over. I don't know if you're overthinking something or you're okay. That's the first major arcana is the Sagittarius. So I guess what should be your energy with the Sagittarius energy? If you don't know a Sag, you could be nervous about teaching, travel. Spirituality did come out, so maybe you're worried about a certain belief system, religion. They do say that Sagittarius rules like learning other people's cultures, foreign religions, things like that. Maybe you don't trust a religion or you don't trust spirituality or you don't what should be your energy when it comes to temperance energy, whatever that may represent for you, keeping it general? Intuition. What is this person's intuition telling them? Passion and luck. All right. I mean, I don't, what are you nervous is going to happen? It's like you don't want to be viewed in a certain way. What are you nervous is going to happen? I've been pulling Aquarius for you a lot. It's like you don't want an Aquarius to focus on you. You got the star, determination, and ambition. It's like you're afraid that an Aquarius is going to be focused on you or focused. Okay, let me see. What are you worried is going to be the outcome? Or you don't want if you're nervous about how people view you with pride, you may not want a whole bunch of people focusing on you. Aquarius rules groups. Let's see, what are you worried is going to happen? It's like I don't want to be perceived. Huh? Yeah, the Six of Cups, Nine of Cups, High Priestess again, the Ten of Pentacles. It's like you're worried that somebody's intuitive, or you're worried that somebody's right, or this is happiness though. The Six of Cups, Nine. It's like you're worried that you're going to be happy. Okay, I'm not going to overthink it too much, but yeah, it's like you're overthinking it now. If this is about like anybody around you that you get along with, anybody you're dating, I feel like basically to sum it up, because the main cards that keep coming out is Sagittarius energy. They don't show that part of their personality anymore, and that's what's worrying you. They don't show that part because it makes people egotistical. Why? I don't know what I don't know what that means. Let me see. Now this could be the fluidity part because this is water, this is cups. So it's like, no, I can't be nice. I can't be generous because somebody's going to take advantage or they're going to take it as an ego stroke or what's the fluidity real quick? Yeah, the moon. They hide it. Okay. Interesting. All right. So maybe that will make more sense when we get to Sagittarius, since that was more so about you. You just worried about how you're gonna look after this. Okay. Hmm. Not sure. Do I know any Virgos that are that are worried? It's like, nah, I don't know. My favorite boo was a Virgo. He better be worried. It's like, nah, I'm just playing. Or am I? It's like, it's like, nah, you never know who's watching. They all be watching my channel. All right, let's see. Libra is next, though. Libra is next. Libra is next. Shout out to all my exes that watch me go live. Old joints, old flings, exes, whatever y'all want to be categorized as. All right, Libra is next. I just be playing. I don't really be playing because I know they be watching. They be watching like a hog child. Ladies, if you ever think a man is not watching, they always watching. Okay. The ladies that date men, let me tell you, they knew you before you ever seen them. Okay. They always lurking. All right, Libras. I need to clean my I was gonna clean out my phone today too. That's what I need to do. All right, Libras. Libras. What's the scenario for my Libras? Scenario for the Libras. I might come back later and do like different categories too, y'all, just to throw that out there. I might do career, finances, all that good stuff. All right, what's the scenario surrounding my Libras? Okay, mood. Okay, so this could be a regret. So we're gonna see what that is. Could be a regret. What role do you play here, Libras? Okay, fluidity. Okay, so you're going with the flow or whatever. I want to figure out what else this card means because that's a strange card to me, but your fluidity for now. Okay. What is the regret here, Libras? What might, excuse me, we be regretting? What might we be regretting? All right, potential. So it looks like something had the potential to grow, expand, and there was like a loss. What does something have the potential to grow into? A fight. All right, so it could be a lot of people that don't get along. There's like a lot of conflict. So for me, I feel like with this combination, if somebody regret knew that was going to grow into some sort of conflict. I knew that that was going to be an issue. Okay. Yeah. it's an Issue, Libras. So right now with fluidity, maybe you're just going with the flow of something. I don't think you should. What do you need to resist, Libras? Okay, pride. Okay. All right. So try not to be egotistical in a situation or try not to show something off. Okay. Try you may want attention for something. This is not the right time to get attention for it. Okay, I'm also getting too don't be too prideful to actually get assistance from someone. You may have to actually like pay for expertise, pay to learn something, pay for a service. Don't resist doing that. If you know somebody's like an expert at something, make sure that you actually like don't feel like you're above paying them or paying for that service or paying for that expertise. Cause I feel like you're looking at a scenario and you're like, yeah, that's gonna go bad. I don't really know how that's gonna go. That's gonna end up in an issue. You need to actually do that, pay for that service. Oh, I see the tower. Okay, that's I haven't seen the tower. Let's see. Let's get 8 cards. I got the Page of Cups, 6 of Cups, 9 of Cups. These are similar cards to Virgo. I mean, yeah, to Virgo, and you did come out in their reading. So somebody's being nice or kind, and then another individual is laughing. There is the Wheel of Fortune. So they're happy about it. They're like, yes, I'm like somebody feel like something really went their way. It went the way that they needed it to go. There's a lot of water. Okay. A lot of sympathy. And then here's the Fool card. And then here's the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, the Ten of Pentacles. So there is something that you don't know quite yet that you need to get more information on. So keep that in mind. Okay. What is the Fool card here? What knowledge is missing? Okay, respect. So somebody doesn't know the rules and regulations to something. If there's a Taurus involved, literally, I don't know this Taurus, or somebody doesn't know how much something costs. Somebody does not know the instructions to something. You need the instructions, the rules, the laws. If you're doing anything with legalities, there may be somebody that knows the rules to something, or they may know the loopholes. Okay. But I guess like deep down, you don't want to pay for it, or you don't want to. Okay, what's the Page of Cups, 6 of Cups, 9 of Cups, real quick? It's a lot of cups. It's like you're kind of going off of just vibes here. It's like all water. Okay, what's all the cups? What's the first 3 cards? Okay, there's spirituality. So we talked about Cancer doing spirituality with empathy. So something is empathetic. With spirituality. Okay, what is the Wheel of Fortune? Peace. Okay. Spirituality could bring somebody peace. I feel like having faith in something, being optimistic in something is giving somebody peace of mind. All right. Why would you be prideful though? What makes you feel like you can't get advice from this individual or this person? Okay, guidance. Now you maybe you're older than somebody. Maybe people normally listen to you, Libra. Maybe you're normally, so this is a scenario where like everybody doesn't know everything. Some people are good at this, other people are good at that. So it's okay for you to get advice or help from somebody else. You're not used to, looks like you're not used to listening to another individual. Or maybe you don't like who the person is. Maybe you feel like you're above like paying for them. What rules does this person know about, or what regulations does this person know about? Looks like it has something. Let me see. Sexuality, personality, and then perspective. Let me get one more, and then mood. The issue is your perspective on like a regret or on shame. All right, so don't be ashamed that you have to ask for help. But I feel like somebody's like, no, I know exactly the next steps. I know the best decision to make, the best route to take. Let's see. So who has the knowledge here for you? The 3 of Wands. Interesting. Yeah, the 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, they you have to pay them to get the information. I feel like basically you just don't want to pay for something. Is kind of what I'm getting. That's what it looks like. I wouldn't go, yeah, don't go show off this in front of a group of people yet. What is this person observing with the 3 of Wands? Pride again. The six. So whoever this is, they may know that they've observed this before. They know that pride is involved. Interesting. Let me see what else this person knows with the Three of Wands real quick. And then we're gonna go on to Scorpio. Yeah. Voice and superstition. I like somebody's telling you. What are they warning you of, or what are they telling you to actually be concerned about and actually pay attention to? They could be telling you that something is a superstition. Yeah, no, they're like, no, just listen to me, voice. They're like, no, I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to explain to you. Okay. What's the outcome for the Libras? Power. That Cancer is talking to everybody today. All right. That's it. Okay. Okay. All right. I don't know if there's even any Libras in here. All right. Scorpio is next. Let's see. Scorpio is next. Do we have any Scorpios? My water signs. Child. I don't even know who that is that just text me. Okay. I don't even know who that is. They said we still cool. I don't know who that is. Okay. Let me find out who that is. Hold on. Okay, child. I don't know who that. What's the 281? Is that Houston? All right, anyway. I don't know. Hey, they need to stay out them streets. All right, Scorpios, y'all next. Scorpios. Check and make sure nothing crazy is going on Kick. Okay, we're still chilling over there. All right. Oh, somebody followed me. Shout out to whoever followed me on Kick. All right, Scorpios. What's the energy surrounding the Scorpios? What's the situation? Spirituality. All right, so that was your card yesterday, two Scorpios last night. And Cancer pulled that. Oh, what? I don't even know who that is. All right, let's see. Spirituality. It must be somebody I did something to. All right. Another day, another man scorned by Aisha. All right, Scorpios. What role do you play? Your card is spirituality. Your card is spirituality. Okay, so you play the role of sexuality. Or you could be partnered up with somebody. What role does spirituality play here? What is the significance of spirituality in this reading? Interesting. Resistance. What does it cause you to resist? Transition and inspiration. Okay, so for you, Scorpio, spirituality or like a religious belief system, when I pull a spirituality card, y'all, it could be literally any religious belief. If you're Muslim, Christian, whatever, you're watching this, it's whatever. It could be, don't sweep my feet, it caused bad luck, or don't open an umbrella in the house, is bad luck for 7 years. Whatever your belief is, that's what we're referring to. But what it does is it causes you to resist moving forward, moving on. Transition and inspiration can also be like maybe you want to relocate, move to a different neighborhood. Maybe you want to be with an Aquarius, be around an Aquarius, work with them. Maybe you want to be around a certain group of people. It stops you from being around a certain group of people. I feel like too. Okay, and then the next card is self love. Something is making you resist making yourself comfortable. Interesting. All right, what is the most important energy for you to be in? What is the most important energy for you to be in? Order. What should you put first for yourself, Scorpios? Mystery. So I feel like for you, there's more to find out. It's like you're not allowing yourself to grow, evolve, explore. Yeah, mystery, healing, and vision. Okay, let's see. Let's get some cards for y'all. Hold on, let me read this text. Hold on, y'all. All right. I don't know who that was. Okay. All right, my bad, y'all. Let's see. So let's get 8 cards, Scorpios. You got the Queen of Swords, Three of Cups, Justice, and then Knight of Cups. Could be dealing with a Libra. Libra could be there with the Justice card. All right, the Lovers, the Eight of Wands. That there you are, and then the King of Wands. Okay. So right out the bat, it's like there is a person here that's saying something, and that causes someone to approach you. So the reason somebody is approaching you or being nice to you or asking you for something is because of what somebody else has taught them. Now this could be within yourself. Like there's like a decision that you're making based off of what the Queen of Swords has said. What let me see what the Queen of Swords is saying. What's the Queen of Swords? That could be the Aquarius. Yeah, change. Okay. What was this scenario before? Respect. So there was a certain rule and regulation. Those rules changed. What was the rule here? What was the regulation? That rule and regulation changed. All right, courage. What is it changing into? Okay, peace and love. What does that cause for you? Your reading's a little odd. What does this cause for you? Pride again? Oh, pride and spirituality. Okay, 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 okay. You may not like some sort of spiritual belief system because of something that you notice. Like, okay, maybe there are rules and you're like, wait, the rules are changing for you. It would be like you used to go to church all the time, then the pastor was fucking the whole church or some shit. Now you're like, nah, I don't even believe in that. So it causes somebody to be feel as though they are above a spiritual practice or a spiritual belief system. That's going to be the effect. Okay, what happens out of pride or ego? So you're like, nah, I don't believe in that or something like that. It could be something bad, maybe you went through something bad and you don't believe. Now there's okay. Disclaimer, y'all. I want y'all to separate cards from spirituality. I know that's hard to do, and I might do another video on that later, but it's like maybe I feel like you could have went through something harsh, or you could have went through something like alone by yourself or something like that. You're like, yeah, I don't believe in that anymore. The rules keep changing, or okay, it's cool for you to tell me not to do this, and then you go and do it. So the rules keep changing, so I don't believe in that anymore. All right, what happens out of pride or ego? Or maybe you may feel like I don't need spirituality, I don't need a practice. Okay, so healing, what does it heal? Inspiration again, Aquarius? Why is it Aquarius Leo? Why does Aquarius keep coming out? What happens out of pride or ego here, Scorpios? The Chariot, Cancer. Out of pride or ego, we just it there you go on the bottom. What? Okay, so the intuition is here. Somebody is saying something intuitively to you. Literally, the High Priestess, Five of Wands, Page of Wands, and then the Death card. The intuition is there. There's a Temperance. This is a weird reading. I'm gonna have to. We'll come back to y'all. What's the outcome for you, Scorpios? Innovation. Okay, what are you? Maybe you're able to create something. What were you intuitively told down here? Fluidity. That was the Libra reading. Yeah, skill. So somebody's like, okay, if you're going with the flow, that causes something to be more difficult. So maybe somebody's like, no, you need to be more intentional. Going with the flow makes something more difficult. So you need to be more intentional. All right, but the outcome is innovation. What are we able to create here? Looks like it could be manipulation. Yeah, focus. Yeah, somebody's okay, a distraction. Something's okay. Now I gotta finish it because something's a distraction. There's the intuition, but then there's the distraction. So you're not listening to it anyway. So it's like if a distraction is created, then it's like, no, I don't need that anymore. Now I gotta hold on, y'all. All right, so this is an interesting reading. Let's see. So I'm gonna use some of these cards. Let's see what the distraction is. Now, spirituality is the root of it. Spirituality can definitely be a distraction. Okay, it can definitely be a distraction. If you, I'm gonna just keep it a bug. If you out here, you having a bunch of kids, and you saying that's God's will, that's distracting you from the fact that you got too many kids to take care of, and you can't afford them. All right, that's not God's will. You had a bunch of kids, and you need to focus on paying for and taking care of them kids. That's a distraction. So don't let a spiritual belief system or religious belief system distract you from the reality of a scenario. Is kind of what I'm getting, but we're gonna clarify. Let's see what else we can get. Let's see. Something okay, so what is the distraction? Love. That's a distraction. So that could be being empathetic for somebody. That could be romance, love, relationships. What is it distracting you from doing? Focusing, determination. What are you supposed to be determined or focused on? Courage, order, and peace. Those were the cards I pulled earlier. So I feel like somebody is it's like having empathy for somebody distracts them from the fact like no, you're supposed to go learn how to do this and this. You have to be courageous enough to go do something. This looks like a reading of enabling, and I'm not sure how that quite turns ties into everything, but it's like giving me an enabling kind of energy. All right, that was a weird reading. We're gonna move on because Scorpio, y'all reading was all over the place. That was a long reading, I think. All right, hold on 1 second. All right, we cried. I figured out who it was. I figured out who it was. I figured out who it was, y'all. All right. All right, let's see. Sagittarius is, where's my Sages? Sorry for all the interruptions, y'all. I don't really ever get no text, so I had to see who that was. I be in my own world. I do get text, but I be in my own world. Sagittarius is, let's see. All right, what's the scenario surrounding my Sages? Welcome, welcome. Hey, welcome. Shout out to my day ones, Queen of Wands, Amelia. Shout out to y'all, my fellow Sages. All right, so what's the scenario for the Sages? Hopefully, our reading is a little clearer than the Scorpios. Let's see. What's the scenario for the Sages? Okay, courage. All right, courage. What role do you play, Sagittarius? Spirituality. So the same as Cancer. You and Cancer are in the same boat. All right. So spirituality, clearly, here we are. I'm, I'm reading these cards right now. All right. What do you need the courage to do? What do you need the courage to do? Personality. So in the remember you guys came out in the Virgo reading. Even if you don't know a Virgo personally, maybe that energy is somewhere floating around somehow, but you didn't want to show a part of your personality. So the courage to be yourself, show yourself. Maybe you want to speak out about something. Maybe you want to dress a certain way, wear your hair a certain way, so on and so forth. I want to see what else. What part of your personality in your reading? All right, skill. Okay, so this could be literally with skill. This could be something you actually know how to do. All right. Yeah, you got self love and voice. All right, so you're going to end up being comfortable talking about yourself or being comfortable expressing yourself. That's what you're going to learn here. Okay. What other energy is most important for you to be in with the spirituality card coming out since that's your energy? Intuition. All right, this is very clear. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's see. What else is your intuition telling you in this scenario? I've always also said that spirituality is different than intuition. To me, they can be separate. You can believe in anything, but if your intuition is blocked, it's going to be blocked, right? But what else is your intuition telling you guys? Yep, leadership, humor, and ambition. Okay, so you may be thinking about like, okay, there's a difference between being a leader and working for somebody. There's like a pattern recognition in leadership or leaders. All right, but you'll know what this is. Yeah, one more. All right. There also may need to be a balance between happiness and your ambitions. Um I'm not gonna go on a rant. I've been thinking about that a lot lately because in my new career goals or whatever, I've been realizing like I'm chasing a certain amount of money, and for whatever reason during that time, I kept seeing a lot of like stories of people who have a lot of money but they're really miserable. All right, so humor and ambition, you need like a balance. Don't let something over engulf you. Of course, you got to have a balance. You don't want to just be out frolicking in the streets, but all right, let's see. Let's get 8 cards to clarify. This is pretty straightforward, but to sum it up, courage to be yourself. Show off certain skill sets that you have. Okay, got the 9 of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles. There's the High Priestess. Yeah, see, leadership and humor. It's almost like it's like that leadership is happy that people need help or that people need them. Maybe it's like, yes, I'm happy that people need me, but I don't think that's you because you're coming out here with the High Priestess. All right, there's a Page of Cups. So there's that Cancer, Six of Cups, the Ten of Cups, Four of Wands. There's the Ace of Swords. You're coming out as the High Priestess. Your intuition is here regardless. That's the major arcana. There's nothing more important than making sure that you follow your first instincts. Let's see what else. There's a lot of people around. Okay. Let's clarify. It's the Nine of Cups and the Five of Pentacles here. Yeah, mood. So that's what I was saying. It's like, but that should be happiness though. What's the regret? This isn't you. This is who had mood? Libra? Anywho. All right, so what what's the regret here? Defiance. Okay, what is the rule that somebody was supposed to follow? Eight of Swords and then emotions. So somebody I feel like somebody regrets following their emotions. Somebody ends up in an emotional state. What were they supposed to what do they do instead? Leadership. So this is the thing. Somebody's in a position, and if this is you and you're like, I don't want to be a leader, or I didn't want to teach people or help people, or I don't want to be a manager, supervisor, blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is, like somebody knows that they were supposed to lead someone and they did not. They regret that. What are they supposed to lead someone to do? Inspiration, self-esteem, fight, and confidence. Because I feel like this is the thing too. I feel like somebody has all like everything in the world for themselves and they didn't help people. So somebody regrets doing that. It's like this is a odd, like for that to come out as mood is like somebody has everything and they're supposed, I guess, lead or show someone else and they regret not showing somebody. It looks like somebody thought it was funny at first. All right, what are you doing in the High Priestess? Finesse. You're being intentional, but you know you're supposed to be intentional. Your intuition is telling you to be intentional and it's telling you to have a backup plan. I feel like too, because I don't see you trying to manipulate anything. What do you need to plan for? You're like, nah, I know I need to plan for that. Okay, what do you need to plan for? Fluidity, transition, and innovation. All right, so you're going to get it. Somebody's going to try to manipulate something. You need a plan for that. And I don't, this is hard to explain. Maybe somebody's manipulating you into not feeling like you can be yourself. I feel like that's the root of it. What's the Ace of Swords? Because that's going to be a new perspective. A new perspective on what? All right, passion and truth. Interesting. What's the Ten of Cups, real quick? Why did somebody regret? All right, versatility, defense, and knowledge. Aries was versatility. Somebody's blocking out knowledge. Just like, no, I'm going to block this out. So I feel like somebody doesn't want to share knowledge with groups of people. That's what I'm getting. But for some reason, they regret it. Why does somebody regret not being a leader? I don't know what that has to do with you. Maybe that is you. Maybe like I should have kept doing blah, blah, blah. But why does somebody regret not being a leader? What was the result? Okay, pride. So somebody must have did this out of pride or ego. They're like, no, I'm not going to help other people. I'm not going to teach anybody this. I'm not going to lead anybody to do this. What does this person have to do with you? Who is this person? they're trapped. They have a trapped mindset. Whoever they are, they can't. What are they trapped thinking? A trapped mindset about what? Resistance. That's odd. It's an odd reading. What do they feel like they had to resist? What does that have to do with leading people? Potential and rebellion and peace. It's an odd reading. Let's see. But y'all knew the root of it. Y'all listened to the more so the beginning. All right, what is the outcome for you, Sagittarius? All right, love and intuition. One more. Love again. All right, finesse. All right. Well, you're gonna have a backup plan. You know that. You know how to make something work. You're already planning for it. You know you need to show yourself and who you are as a person. The outcome for you looks like empathy, love. I don't see like too much of an issue. Let's just make sure ain't nothing crazy coming out. What else is the outcome for the Sagittarius? Then Capricorn is next. There's the Empress there. Yeah, the Chariot and then the Fool. Here's the part about not knowing again. So I feel like somebody's gonna realize like I should have helped somebody or they didn't know any better. All right. What information might be missing? Let's just make sure that there's nothing else you need to know. What information is missing? All right. Transition, dominance, and resilience and power. All right, we're gonna see what that is. Interesting. All right, it started off, but it kind of took a turn. So yeah, somebody regrets like not helping people. It's not me. It's not me leaving the channel. It's something else that looks like something different. All right, we're gonna do Capricorn. You may see somebody like that. That could tie into what I was talking about, like how people kind of amass a lot of money and they're still not happy kind of situation. All right, Capricorns. We'll see what that is. Let me know, fellow Sages, what that is. All right. Capricorn. Put on some more lip gloss. It didn't come out as a sign for some reason. It came out as the Eight of Swords. And then I didn't pull the Temperance either, which is interesting. So it ain't us, I guess. I feel like it's more so like an example. Um, More like an example of what you'll see, like somebody regretting something. You're like, okay, I wish I could just be myself, or I wish I would just do this, that, and the third. That's kind of what I'm getting. I'm gonna see sometimes Capricorn has a little bit of Sag energy in it. So I want to see what comes out for them too. I'm surprised it didn't come out. I don't know why it didn't come out as a sign. All right, so let's see Capricorns. What is the scenario surrounding my Capricorns? Energy surrounding the Capricorns. Okay, respect. You could be dealing with a Taurus. So now we're back to the rules and regulations of things. Okay. What role do you play here, Capricorns? Okay, voice. All right, so you're talking, having a conversation. All right, what are you talking about? What's being discussed? Okay, innovation. You're like, this is a plan. We have all the tools to make this work. This is how we're going to make it work. Now, hopefully, you might be telling somebody, hey, like, don't get manipulated. But, okay. But you're talking about this plan. You're like, yeah, I can do this or I can create this. What's going to be created? Love. All right, now Scorpio had love as a distraction. So let's is that looks a little manipulative. All right, we going to see though. What's the rule here with respect, Capricorns? What's the rule? with respect. All right, hustle. The rule is you're supposed to pay for something. All right, the money needs to go here. Pay for this. Okay, so I there yeah, Libra. So I told Libra that they actually need to pay for something. They actually need to pay for that for help with something, cuz yeah, somebody's going to see that their plan does not work. A plan is not going to work. The rule is okay, no, you got to pay for this or you have to invest in this or invest time, energy, effort, money into something. Or you need to follow the rules of this group of people or else that plan is not going to work. All right, let's see what this is. Excuse me. Okay, starting out with the Five of Wands is the first card. Okay, we got Five of Cups on the bottom. And there you go, Capricorn. Somebody regrets something that they may have did to you. Okay, we're going to come back. I'm not going to force it. All right, so the Five of Wands causes, so there's like chaos or there's an argument, a fight, competition, and that causes, you got Gemini and the Strength card. So a fight or a distraction causes a dynamic between a Gemini and a Leo. That's one thing I'm getting. Let me keep going. There's an opportunity, the Queen of Wands, Eight of Wands, Two of Wands. Let's see. What's the Five of Wands? What is the fight or distraction about? Resistance. Resisting what? Passion. So people are okay. So somebody is conflicted. This could be you about resisting something that they actually desire to do or want. Okay, what does that cause? Now, this could be as simple as resisting sex. It just depends on what's going on. All right, what does this cause here? All right, self love. That's not bad. All right, angel. I figured Sagittarius was going to come out because I saw the Queen of Wands. All right, mystery and versatility. Basically, is what I'm getting is if you resist acting on impulse, you're going to feel more comfortable. I'm not really sure where you are here, though. Where are you at, Capricorn? You're the Four of Pentacles. You're holding on to something. What are you? What are you holding on to, or you're like holding back? Now that could be the resistance part. Let's see. What else are you doing in the Four of Pentacles? Causing healing of fluidity. Okay. So I feel like something's no longer going with the flow anymore. You're going to be more intentional, but you're holding back or resisting, and that's what's supposed to happen. What other energy should you be in, Capricorns? Finesse. Okay, yeah, I saw voice and innovation. So you need a backup plan as well. You're going to need a backup plan. Because voice, innovation, and love, you're like, okay, I'm going to make them love me or I'm going to make them have sympathy for me. Because this is your initial cards. This is what you were doing before. That plan that you're talking about may not work. All right, what do you need to plan for? Style, a Cancer. Okay, somebody's gonna have to be able to handle their emotions. Somebody may not be able to handle their emotions very well. Or I'm sorry, they can't, I said that wrong. They can handle their emotions. So that's why love is there. If you're trying to get empathy, The reason something's not working is because somebody's able to handle their emotions. You're going to have to plan for that. Or there's like no emotional part to something. What is the angel? What does the Sagittarius have to do with anything? What role does the Sag play here? Okay, emotions, leadership, and knowledge. One more, and self-esteem. I don't see much water. I'm not gonna lie, I don't see many emotions. Something needs emotional connection here. What else is the Sag doing in your reading, Capricorns? All right, yeah, there's the Fool card. So they don't know something, or they're doing something new. What do they not know, or what are they not paying attention to? That's odd because Sag came out as the High Priestess in their reading. Let me see. So what information might be missing with the Fool? Yeah, fluidity. It's like a lot of water. This is odd. I don't know what that has to do with you, but you need a backup plan because it's almost like the part of the plan needs emotions, and somebody doesn't even, they're not going with the flow. They can handle emotions a lot. What is the outcome here for you, Capricorns? All right, the strength, power, perspective, and humor. All right, you could be dealing with a Leo. I saw that at the end. What's the energy with you and the strength card? You and a Leo is the outcome here, looks like. Yeah, another Leo card. All right, I don't really even see you here. Yeah, this is here on the bottom. Your plan is not going to work. You have to have a backup plan. It's right here. So yeah, and then there's the temperance again, literally, because they can handle their emotions. Now I don't, that's what it's all tied up into. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. Capricorn men, I don't know. All men. Never mind. I was gonna, it don't even matter the sign, child. All right, that's Capricorn. We about to do Aquarius next. Oh, you got time to go down that road. All right, let's see. We're gonna do Aquarius next. Aquarius is next. Hold on one second. Oopsies. Hold on, I locked my computer on accident. Okay, there we go. All right, Aquarius. We're gonna do Aquarius and then Pisces, and then I'm gonna see. I do have something I gotta study and research later, but depend on how I feel. Depending on how I feel, I might come back and do like career or something like that. If not, I'll be back tomorrow. All right, what is the scenario for my Aquarius is? What's the scenario for the Aquarius folks? Okay, transition. All right. What role do you play here, Aquarius? Finesse. Okay, so a plan may not work. Your plan is not working, or you're coming up with a backup plan. Now, if you're finesse, you could be planning for something. You're being intentional. All right, you are planning, you're being intentional. What are you intending on having? Inspiration is you. You could be dealing with another Aquarius. That's your card. Connectivity. All right, you might find like you might feel like you're in a bind a little bit, or you're trapped. What do you feel like you're stuck with, or stuck dealing with? Or this could be like a perspective that doesn't change. Let's see. Courage, hustle, and confidence. I forget who had I think Aries did. All right, but transition is the root of your reading. Oh, thank y'all. I'm happy to be back. Thank you. What's the starting point with transition here, Aquarius? All right, the strength card. So we got Leo, which is your opposite energy. What is this? What is this transitioning into? Superstition, luck. Okay, you could be worrying about a time, or there could be a superstition surrounding how something goes, or how your luck goes, or how something turns out. You're worried about how something's going to go. You're worried about time, or let's see. Try not to worry. Easier said than done. Easier said than done, y'all. All right, 8 cards for my Aquariuses. 8 cards for the Aquarius. Okay, 3 of Wands. There's the 7 of Swords. Okay, so now just the way, I don't know, Aquarius, you might get caught. Just the way that looks, I'm just letting you know, because that's just straight out the gate. So you're right there with the 7 of Swords. You're looking back at the Queen of Cups. I feel like you're intending on somebody to have empathy or be emotionally attached to something. There's the Tower. Okay, don't be alarmed by this reading, y'all. Hold on. Cuz you're expecting a certain outcome. I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, the 2 of Cups, the 7 of Wands. 3 of Swords, and then the King of Swords. Okay. Cuz this is you right here. You do have 7-7 out. Whatever you are planning on, unfortunately, it does look like it's going to get blocked out. We'll see why. Let's see. What's missing from this plan, Aquarius? What's missing from the plan? Fight. All right, this is going to get confusing. Let's see. What is okay, with the Tower, that's typically something unexpected, or it shifts your mindset completely, right? So if we start out, you got finesse. What are you planning for yourself, Aquarius? And then you have the 8 of Swords. So I feel like you believe that your mindset is always going to stay the same. You believe that the way you perceive something is always going to be the same. All right, what is the norm here? What did you expect, Aquarius? And then we're going to do Pisces. What's the norm, or what did you expect? Personality. I feel like you think you know someone, or you think you know something. You think you like something is supposed to always look the same, be the same. Everybody that looks like that acts like this. Every place I go that's like this, it's always bad, or okay. What's actually going to occur? All right, Angel or Sagittarius. All right, maybe yeah, personality. So it looks like now Sagittarius's advice was to be themselves. They have personality. So maybe you think you know someone and you don't, or okay, looks, I mean, people are listening to me right now. I'm a Sag. So I don't know. If there's any Sagittarius still watching and you're around Aquarius, I feel like your people are going to end up listening to you, laughing with you. Maybe whatever you do, you could be at work, you could be doing public speaking, any hobbies, any sororities, any social media. That's what's going to happen is people are listening to this person, but I don't know what that has to do with you. What's personality? What is the perspective that you had? Ooh, my nose. Okay, humor and pride. Yeah, superstition. Let's see what the transition part is. What's the starting point? I have a lot of Aquariuses around me too. Let's see. Not to put y'all business out there. If y'all watching. All right, let's see. What's the starting point with your transition, Aquarius? The Four of Swords. And then what does it transition into? Oh no, you good. You good, Amelia. It's all good. Yeah, the Seven of Cups. So this is, you're not even Aquarius, you're not looking at something, you're not paying attention to it. This is what you need to transition into. So maybe you need to look into something, look at something new. You have 777. Maybe you need to explore new things, go somewhere else. Um, because what are you supposed to be looking at here with the Seven of Cups? You're just not even know, you don't notice something at all. You're not looking into something at all. You're not researching something new. Let me see. What are you not paying attention to in the Four of Swords? You don't even notice it. Yeah, perspective. Something looks like it's all perspective. Perspective on what? I feel like too, this is like, if this is perspective, right? Your perspective, Aquarius, is affected by the fact that you literally do not see something. So it would be like somebody thinking, everybody of this race is like this, and then they finally go to that country. It's like you've never been to that country, so you don't know. You've never tried that food, so you don't know. There's like more for you to explore. You're not even okay. What's the Seven of Cups? What would you be looking at or seeing or, yeah, determination, potential, inspiration again, truth. I don't know. This is a weird reading because it's almost like your whole reading is about you wanting to keep the same attitude or the same perspective about something, and it's going to shock you. And it has to do with a Sag, I guess. Where's the Pentacles? You don't know Pentacles. Oh, that's what's missing from the manipulation. There's no, or not manipulation, but from your plan, there's no, something's not tangible. What do you notice when you're looking at the Seven of Cups? The Emperor, the Queen of Swords, and the Devil card. Let me see. What do you notice when you're looking at the Seven of Cups? Yeah, vision, leadership. It's like you're not looking at something. You don't see it. You've never seen this before. You've never experienced it. So basically, to sum this up, I feel like you should go try something new, explore something new, maybe talk to different types of people. What's the outcome for you? Truth. Truth about what? All right. Well, somebody's going to be able to see the truth. You're going to be able to see the truth. Yeah, potential. All right. Buddy, that could be it, depending on who's doing what. All right. Pisces is last but not least. We got any Pisces in here? Pisces. Before I end it, thank y'all for tuning in, by the way. I appreciate y'all. All right, Pisces. Last but not least. All right, what is the energy here? What's the situation at hand? All right, potential. What role do you play, Pisces? Oh, potential. All right. So the situation is you. All right. You're the first sign to get that. So your reading is all about you. All right. Your own potential. What do you have the potential to do here, Pisces? Okay. Inspiration. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, change and dominance, and peace. Okay. I don't know. All right. What is the most important energy for you to be in? Mood. What might you regret? Let's see. What might you regret? Truth. Oh, Lord. Oh, okay. I don't know what this reading's about. Let's see. Let's see, child. Ooh, 8 cards. 8 cards. Here, okay, so inspiration. We just told Aquarius to be the 7 of Cups. So this is what's going on. There's a high priestess, there's intuition. And then the 4 of Wands. These are, I don't know. These cards, I know I'm pulling intuition, but these are odd cards here. All right, so why should you be moved? What okay, so intuition. What is intuition telling us here? What are we intuitively finding out? All right, courage. That was okay, so that was Sagittarius reading. Courage to do what? Humor. The courage to be happy, the courage to laugh. There's your intuition personality transition. Okay. I'm not sure what this has to do with anything. The truth about what here? Because your energy is you're supposed to be mood. I don't get why. All right, truth about what? All right, versatility and self-esteem. So I'm getting basically if you're supposed to be mood, you're supposed to like kind of regret not wanting to be happy. You need the courage to be happy. You need to do something that's funny or fun, something that you can enjoy. What is the Emperor? Transition, personality, and confidence. All right. I don't know if it's any Pisces on here because this is kind of confusing, even though the High Priestess came out. What is the outcome for you, Pisces? Sorry if it wasn't very clear. Okay, something's difficult or you can handle something. What are you able to handle or what is somebody else able to handle? Yeah, it's Aquarius energy. You're reading spilling over into Aquarius, and I'm not quite sure. We'll figure that out though. All right, sorry Pisces. Let me write a note. I might have to do a bonus for Pisces because that was kind of unclear. Even though I pulled intuition twice. I don't know, but the readings all something is sent. Maybe you need to know something is centered more around you than you think, because that was the root of your reading, you. So make your world about you. Make something that you're doing specifically about you. Odd. Okay, sorry y'all. Sorry to the Pisces. That was odd. But I will come back. I might do it in reverse the next time I come back since the late signs are always like last. Um, I do have a few things I have to do tonight. If I'm like up late and just don't have nothing to do, I will do career readings later and I'll just go in the reverse of the zodiac. I will timestamp this, y'all. I'm gonna put it in the description. I have my YouTube studio set up, so this will be in the description. I'm gonna do it right now after I end the video. And yeah, and I'm gonna continue to figure out how to get the personal readings, like what's the best system for us to do it. Right now, I'm not doing personals. Um, but I got y'all. Maybe I'll go back to doing, I used to do those $5 questions if you caught me live and things like that. That way, I'm trying to weed out the scammers. That's why I got to make sure that it's like, you know that you're paying me. You're not paying anybody else. So I just want to make sure, that's the case. But yeah, thank y'all so much for tuning in. We're gonna get the traffic back up. We're gonna get, I'm a little rusty reading live. We're gonna get back into the swing of things. We're gonna get it back where we were. But I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in, staying subscribed, because I was shocked when I reactivated the channel and it still has subscribers on it. I didn't think would have anything there. So that was dope that that worked out like that. But thank y'all again. I appreciate y'all. If I don't see y'all, have a good evening, and I'll be back tomorrow if I don't come back. But yes, thank y'all.